What's up, everybody? This week I took an old busted table and I turned it into a relatively new looking table. So check it out. This is a good one for all of you furniture flippers out there. As always, if you see anything in my shop that you like, there is a master link down below that has everything that I've come across that I seem to like. So anyways, let's get to it. So this table's been sitting in storage for about 10 years and she's been used and then neglected. And this was actually quite popular back in the day to have this hard red wax finish. But you can see that it starts to chip up after a while, so the chances of restoring the old finish on it is pretty slim to none. But we can use a card scraper to get most of that off relatively easy. And then a little bit of moisture here will show us that the wood underneath is actually a really pretty walnut. And so let's get this cleaned up and we'll give her a new life inside the home until we're able to build the table that I was originally going to build for the house. And then afterwards we'll make sure she goes to a nice home where she won't get neglected. She'll get used for many more years. I'm going to start by removing these rivets, and I can just slide the side of my knife underneath them on most cases. And there you go. You do that. Now these are always popping off, so I'm not able to actually save any of them. So I'm gonna have to remove them, and I'll find some replacements to put in here. But I'll get started on that, and then we can use the card scraper to get some of this hard wax off of here. All right, so I actually got this guy into the shop, and I took the wheel, or not the wheels, what the hell? I took the legs off and got her flipped upside down. And on the corners, they have these little metal brackets. And originally I wanted to keep as much of the hardware on here as possible, but we might have to upgrade these because I came over here to this side and I tried to pry this guy off so that way I could clean it up. And now it just kind of looks like shit. So we'll get some new ones and we'll see what we can do. We won't leave it without. We'll add back to the original look of it, but we're gonna need to get creative. All right, so now I have the back side over there off, and I have the back side on this corner off, and I'm gonna get this one off. I've played around with a couple different ways to do it, and unfortunately it obliterates this hardware every single time. So I'll show you what I came up with, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or whatever. But basically I just get a knife under the edge here to start lifting it. I'm just working the metal a little bit. I do have a friend who melts things down and works in a forge, so I'll give this hardware to him and he can give it a new life. But until then, there we go. And now I'll just work my way around and pry it off. So now this side's completely off, and I'll take my knife around the corner and I'll do the same thing the other side, and that'll get all of that off. But that's gonna be it for today because I'm running out of daylight, and we'll see what we can get done tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day and we've found the card scraper finally. So it's been really helping me out with these corners. I can just take it here and get all of that off of there. Where originally this was taking tons of time with the sander, now I've actually making progress here. All right, now right about here is when I decided I was going to go rogue, and I had to rebuild completely the entire table legs. So redesign and everything, and this is just giving me a place where I can put some threaded inserts into this plywood, because the actual top of the table is only about 3/4 of an inch thick. One way or another, we're gonna get this cut. There we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll make my life complicated. We'll actually match this angle on the top too. This will give it kind of a tapered look. And then we'll soften these quarters with this thing I got. Oh, that's like the smallest little... Alright, so now we'll go around with our chisel and we'll mark out our edges. And then we'll hog out the rest of this material here. Just hog out this material. It's going to take a while because there's a little bit of a knot here. But go slow and we'll make sure we don't try to take off too big of bites at a time. And it should be pretty quick. Alright, so I don't actually know what I'm doing here, so we're gonna wing it. I'm gonna make my own mounts for right underneath the table, and I should have long enough, so we'll go 6 inches maybe, and then that should give us 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we should be fine. Not a big fan of this part, how I had to chamfer it in, but that's because I got a lot of tear out and my lines weren't that clean. So whatever, this will be end up being stained. I don't think you'll see it. I'll know it's there. There's gonna be a wedge right here, so whatever. All right, now much like the corner brackets, the rivets that were originally on this were absolutely destroyed. So I did find this guy on Etsy. He was the same guy who made the corner pieces, the corner brackets that I installed. I think I lost the footage for that. But anyways, handmade here in the United States, and they were much more solid, much more durable than the other ones were. I'm fairly certain the original ones were just nails with a dome piece kind of glued on the top of them. These ones, the dome itself was one solid piece of metal. So I much prefer things that are hand forged here by local people, local-ish. If you guys do anything like this, not tag me, but comment down below. I'd much rather support you guys. You guys are here supporting me by just watching. And so let's all support each other. And I'm more than willing to buy direct from you guys. So if you guys do any tinkering like this, let me know. After adding all of the rivets, I still had a few of them left over, so I decided to throw them just one in each corner on this little thing I used to hide my mistakes. And it actually ended up bringing it up 3 more notches at least. It looked awesome. All right, that came out way better than I thought it was going to. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to as well, because when I was doing the top layer, I sanded through the polyurethane a little bit too harshly and it dug into the finish. And so what you didn't see was I had to redo the whole top layer, and it added probably about another week or two to my project because I'm doing it, I mean, it was awful. Anyways, go save an old piece of furniture from the graveyard and turn it into something you can bring into your home, or something that you can sell to somebody else that they can bring into their home. Gift it to somebody else. There's a lot of cool pieces out there that if you lean into certain designs, you can learn a few things, change it, modify it, however you want to, but just have fun with it. And as always, stay safe in the shop. I'll see you guys next time.